Hello my lovelies and welcome to my channel Feathers from Heaven Tarot. Today I'm doing a pick a card on your future long-term partner or your future spouse, and we're going to find out a little bit about their personality traits. So what kind of person is your future spouse going to be, or your future partner, and kind of what will be their personality traits. And then I just want to see what additional information comes out about them. So I'll leave it open in terms of what additional information comes out about them. So there's 3 piles for you to pick from. Pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3. Take a moment to select your pile and select whichever one you feel most drawn to. And I'll see you at your reading. Hello, my pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. So let's find out a little bit about your future spouse. Let's check out their personality traits. What kind of person are they? And then just see what other information comes out. So I'm going to start off with oracle cards first of all. So let's have a look. Pile number 1. Okay, so we have your dream needs a practical plan, the energy is gaining momentum, and show the world the real you. So I feel your future spouse is going to be someone that is practical, so doesn't live in what I would say la la land. They basically understand that if they have a goal in mind, or if they want to achieve something, then that requires work, dedication, but also plan. They're also someone that's practical in the sense that understands that some goals may take longer than others, and they put the work in to achieve that goal. And I feel that because they are quite practical in that sense. So for example, I'll give you an example. So say you would like to lose weight and tone up. Depending how much weight you would like to lose and how much you'd like to tone would depend on obviously how long it would take you. But in addition to that, it would include obviously your diet and kind of how many times you work out, and then kind of what workout you're doing. So it's not just as simple as, for example, dieting. And then obviously being realistic with how long it will take. So if you start to go to the gym, realizing that you won't achieve your goal after 2 weeks or even 3 weeks, it will take longer for you to see results. That's just one example of what I mean by how they put a plan in place with what they want to achieve. So they're a very practical person. Now the energy is gaining momentum. I feel like with this, your future spouse is someone that, because they put in the work and because they're quite disciplined, the energy they put in gains momentum suddenly. So for example, it could be quiet for like a long time, they put in the work in, they've been disciplined, and then suddenly they will just see like a massive change or a massive movement. So again, if it's business, they put in the work in, they're advertising, they're building a really good reputation, and then suddenly they have an influx of customers or sales or people requiring their services, which they didn't have before. And I think your future spouse or future partner is someone that is very real and authentic. So they don't cut corners to get the results. So for example, say they want to build a brand or build a reputation, then they do so, put the work in, put the hours in, and they don't kind of cut corners, so to get that instant gratification. So selling shoddy items or selling a below par service, for example, just to get the money in. They understand that things need, that they need to build their reputation, and if they build their reputation, then they need to put the work in. They need to deliver really good products, or if it's in the workplace, they need to show the output through their work, how they interact with others, how they build a relationship with others. So they're not shy to show who they are, their authentic self. They don't pretend to be someone they're not. So for example, say they started a social media platform and they are giving advice. They will allow that social media platform to grow organically. They won't obviously buy followers or pretend and get testimonies that of people that are not real, haven't used their product or services, for example. So your person is authentic, is what I would say. Let's see what else comes up. Pile number 1's future spouse. Oh. Do you know what? I'll take the 2 that dropped. So we got envy, and we have the 7th chakra. So that's interesting. So we have the 1st and the sort of 7th chakra, and then we have envy in reverse. So I feel like with the 1st chakra, it basically focuses on how grounded they are. So your future spouse is someone, as I said, is practical, they're grounded. There's someone that likes material things, but also understands that they do need to put the work in. So the main thing I get from this is that they are very grounded. With envy in reverse, I do feel like a lot of people envy them because of how they suddenly become successful, or how well they do, but they generally are not an envious person. So if their friends around them are more successful than them, or their colleagues are doing better than them at work, for example, they don't envy individuals, they don't envy other people, for they're very focused on themselves, they focus on their work, they focus on their productivity, and also on their achievements. So they understand where they would like to be, what their goal is, they put a plan in place to get to that goal, and that's it. It's all about them. So they don't look at what other people have, and they definitely are not envious. With the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, I feel like your future spouse, partner, is someone that's very connected with their higher self, because of how grounded they are, how much they focus on themselves. They're very connected to their higher self, and also their subconscious mind is not running a narrative that doesn't flow with their real authentic self. So I would say they're quite spiritual, whether they know it or not. So it could be that they don't know they are. They just kind of naturally are spiritual, where they listen to their intuition, they're tapped in, and listen to kind of their instinct and their higher self. Also with the 1st chakra, Archangel Michael, I do feel they're quite protected by their angels. There's someone that has a pure heart, someone that's kind, I would say, and someone that is kind of very very giving with their time, energy to others that are needing them to either give advice, as I said, depending if they have their own business or if it's work. You know, they actually take their job very seriously, I feel. So with you, I do feel like it will be the same thing. So I feel like your relationship at the start, they would like to put in the work, and there's someone that doesn't expect you to go from 0 to 10 in, you know, very quickly. There's someone that's going to take their time, get to know you, allow you to get to know them, and then suddenly things will just click, flow, and then it will progress nicely in terms of your relationship, depending where you want it to go. You know, whether it's children or whether it's marriage or whether it's moving, whatever it is and whatever that looks like for you. But it won't start off like that. It will start off like you getting to know each other, then putting a plan in place, so maybe traveling up and down to see you. And there's someone that you literally wears their heart on the sleeve. I feel they will show their true authentic self to you at the start. They won't be hiding. They won't be you know, you won't be waiting for them to message you. Things will just flow smoothly, easily. Okay, perfect. So let's have a look at your tarot now. So let's move these up. And let's pull some tarot card and see if we can get any more information about your future spouse, pile number 1. So pile number 1's future spouse. Please tell me about their personality trait. Pile number 1's personality trait. Oh. Okay, let's get clarification. Let's clarify the world. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. Wheel of Fortune for the 4 of Pentacles. And let's clarify the Devil. Okay, perfect. So your future spouse, I feel like they've been through quite a bit. So, you know, it looks different for every single one. So I can't give specific in terms of what they've been through. But I feel like they might have had some perhaps anxiety, or, you know, something that's worried them, that's kept them up all night. Something that's, you know, changed in their life. They could have had a bit of a upheaval, or they could have had some sad, bad news that affected them. But there's been something that's caused them anxiety. And I feel like because of that, they've had to go within themselves to actually understand what it is that they need to do next, or kind of what they need to, how they need to focus their energy. And I feel like in terms of their personality traits, there's someone that is able to adapt in that way. So having had gone through something, if they go through anxiety in terms of, you know, it could be different for everyone, you know. So it could be financial issues, it could be health issues, or it could be family members or friends not well. I mean, it could be anything, but it's something, you know, if something's causing the stress and anxiety, I feel like there's someone that will go within themselves to get the answer, take time out, reflect, rather than discussing their problems with other people and searching an answer outside of them. I feel there's someone that will actually look within to get the answers to their problem. So that's part of their personality trait. I feel like they're not someone that's scared to close a cycle in their life. So if something's not serving them well, they will close that cycle. And because of that, it allows them to move on to the next part of their life. Now with Justice, clarifying the world, there's someone that will close the cycle fairly, So if it's in regards to cutting off some people that are no longer serving them, or that's causing them grief, then they'll do so in a way that's kind of fair. Maybe tell them why, or just tell them that they're moving away, or tell them that perhaps this business venture is no longer working out and they would like to go separate ways, for example. If it's previous relationships, they will make sure they close out the cycle properly, in a fair manner and in a respectable manner. So there's someone that's fair, someone that isn't scared to follow their ethics and their moral as well. So I think there's someone that has quite high ethical values. So they wouldn't, as we saw earlier on, they're very authentic. They would take their time to get to where they need to be. So if it's, putting time into their business to then see it grow, to then make money. So in that sense, with justice, there's someone that will always follow the rules, will always follow the right way of doing something. And I feel like that is part of their personality, and that is also how they'll treat the relationship, kind of fairly, make sure it's balanced and fair in terms of you both agreeing with decisions that need to be made, and it's not just one-sided. They would see both sides of an argument or a disagreement as well. So with the Four of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like there's someone that if they need to, they will hold on to and save money. Okay, so there's someone that doesn't like to be wasteful, I get. There's someone that don't like to waste money. It doesn't mean that they do not have any money, but they just prefer not to flaunt. So where someone might be kind of, a bit more showy and a bit more liking, for example, designer clothes to reflect on how well they're doing, or they're someone that's kind of more humble, I would say. Yeah. I feel like because of the way they are, luck has been on their side, and they are kind of a lucky person. I feel like they are very I would say, lucky. They've had some lucky breaks in life. So with the Devil and the King of Wands, I feel like there has been temptation in their life. So it could be perhaps that they've attracted toxic people in the past because of their personality trait, because they're so kind, giving, and it could be that they've had quite good success in their life. They've attracted kind of toxic people around them. And I also feel like they are quite attractive. So with the King of Wands, there's someone that is kind of fiery. There's someone that's attractive, could be their own kind of entrepreneur, could potentially be like top of their game in terms of wherever they are. There's someone that has a lot of fire in their belly, and a lot of fire in life. I feel like you're going to find them very attractive when you do see them. But they're a very humble person, and people might see them as one way. Therefore they do attract, well, as I said, people that don't have the best intentions. However, because of the way that they look, or the way how successful they are, but they are someone that doesn't get distracted by others. Yeah, so for example, if they're with you, they won't have a wandering eye, so they won't be talking to someone else. You won't catch them cheating at any point. they're very, as I said earlier, they have really good set of values and morals. Okay, my pile number 1, so that's what I see for you in terms of your future spouse's personality trait. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. I do hope to start posting sort of weekly going forward, to give it to sort of be more consistent, and it will be weekly pick a cards on your future spouse. So please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. See you soon. Bye. Okay, pile number 2. Let's have a look at your future spouse's personality traits. Okay, so we'll have a look at some oracle cards first, and I will be shuffling on camera. Pile number 2's future spouse, future long-term partner's personality traits. Okay, so your future spouse's personality traits. So we do have expect a powerful change, believe in the impossible, and your commitment is being tested. So pile number 2, I feel like your future spouse is someone that's very optimistic, someone that looks at the glass half full rather than half empty. I feel like generally in life they've had their commitment being tested, so it could be in work, it could be through work, it could be through personal issues, finances, or it could be anything. Also, I do feel like in a previous relationship, they were being tested in the sense of how, so the commitment was really shown because they stayed with someone they were with before, through thick and thin. So it will be different for every single one, but if I give you an example, it could be that the ex-partner treated them badly, or they didn't appreciate who they were, and they were perhaps maybe quite demanding of them or their time, but this person gave them the time and the attention. They were kind of a really kind and loyal partner. Even when they've had opportunities to perhaps cheat, they did not. They stayed committed to their partner even when things were not going so well within the relationship. They still stuck in there, they still worked through it, and they still believed that, things could get better, or, they could get through it together. So that's a testament to who they are as a person. In terms of their personality trait, they're someone that's very kind, caring, but doesn't shy away as soon as things become difficult, especially in a relationship, because relationships are not easy. They do take work. It's not all fun and games all day, every day. Sometimes you do have to discuss the more serious things. Sometimes there's things that happen that do test your commitment, your loyalty. So when I say loyalty, it doesn't necessarily mean cheating, it just means loyalty generally. When things are going bad, do you have your partner's back, or do they have your back, kind of thing. But I feel like your future spouse is someone that will always have your back. They will, no matter what happens, as long as you're their partner to them, they've got you. They will always have your back. They will stay committed and loyal to you. So that's coming up very clearly in your oracle cards. As I said, there's someone that expects the best, and because of that, because they have a positive outlook in life, they do have positive, powerful changes that does happen in their life. Now, it could be, for example, say they're working for a company that's going bust. Everything, they've been told that, the company's going to shut in 2 months and they need to look for other employment. So some people will find that very stressful. It will cause them maybe to argue with their partner or people around them, lash out at their loved ones, or it could it could cause them to spiral and stress and maybe turn into eating, gambling, whatever it may be. But I feel with your future spouse, their personality trait is someone that would actually rise to the challenge, someone that would actually feel like that perhaps is a positive change. So maybe they didn't really enjoy their job that much, but then weren't going to leave. But because the company's not doing so well and they're going to shut in 2 months, it's forcing them to leave. So in a way, they're very happy that has happened, because now it allowed them to look for something better, or to follow their dreams, or open the business they've always wanted to open, and then that in turn allows them to attract a business partner or someone that would like to invest to open a business, and that could link into the powerful change that happens in their life. This is just an example in terms of what they're like with their as a person. There's someone that does expect powerful changes to occur in their life based on the fact that they believe in the impossible, the fact that they do have a positive outlook on life. The subconscious is literally wired in a way that has faith in the universe and faith in the fact that they have a higher calling. Sometimes that commitment is tested because perhaps they don't see the results they want to straight away, but they stay with it. They don't waver their faith, their belief, or their hopes and dreams. So someone that is very optimistic, I would say. Okay, let's have a look at some more oracle cards. We've got hostilities, seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel, and appreciation. Okay, so with hostilities, I feel like they do attract people. This is very similar to part 1, but different as well. So that's not very helpful, is it? But similar to part 1 in the sense that part 1's person also attracted toxic people. I feel like with you, part 2, your person perhaps attracts people that are quite argumentative, I would say. Why? Well, because your person is very optimistic, because they're very, as I said, glass half full kind of person, and that actually irritates people. It irritates people that are not doing well in their life, people that are not connected with their higher self, people that are not in tune with themselves, people that don't know where they're going in life. They don't have a set structure in terms of goals, wants, dreams, and they don't understand that the universe can have your back if you believe it does, for example. And because your future person does believe that, and it could be that they vocalize that, they actually attract people that are hostile, people that are quite argumentative, that will play devil's advocate, that will try and prove them wrong. But your person is quite strong in the sense of knowing who they are as a person, knowing what they want in life, knowing where they want to go, and they stick to their kind of boundaries. So I feel like your person does have very strong boundaries because of the way that they have a real innate knowing that their goals will be achieved, that something may not look great right now, but it's not about what it looks like. They need to change how they feel on the inside, what they're doing on the inside, for that to be reflected on the outer world, kind of thing. So I do feel that that's the kind of person they are. They are very much in touch with their higher self. They're in touch, kind of, I feel like they could pray a lot. They have, you know, I mean, there's no set religion. It just depends on whatever they believe in. And they do have faith and belief. So they do ask the universe, or, you know, if it's God they believe in, or whatever it is. But your person does have a spiritual side to them, rather than it being unknown. For them, it's known. They are actively spiritual, if that makes sense. There's someone that's very appreciative. Now, to be able to believe in the impossible, they are someone that actually looks at what they do have and they appreciate what they do have. They're not the type of person to feel like they will be happy when they get the car, or they will be happy when they get the perfect partner, or they will be happy when they buy the, I don't know, the TV they've always wanted. They are actually appreciative of where they are currently in life, and they will always be that way because it is part of their personality trait. So it will be someone that actually does, wherever you are, whatever stage of life you'll be in the future. So whether it'll be at the start of your relationship, I feel that they'll be very appreciative of you. They would really like, you know, everything that you are as a person. They're not going to want to change you. They're going to appreciate the connection that you have. Obviously, when the relationship obviously evolves, it will be more so. They'll appreciate kind of how you guys live together, maybe where you live. They'll appreciate if you decide to have pets or children, they'll appreciate that. So they appreciate the small things. They'll appreciate, you know, family trip that you take out, a family day out. So there's someone that's very appreciative of every little thing in life, including their health, everything. But obviously I do feel like they will appreciate your beauty too. I feel like your future spouse will find you very attractive. They will constantly let you know, I feel, how beautiful you are, handsome you are, or just how attractive they find you. Your person is loyal, by the way, as well. So your future spouse is someone that will only have eyes for you, which is similar to pile number 1. Okay, let's have a look. So we're going to get some oracle cards now and just have a look at what else we get for you. Pile number 2 is future spouse, personality traits. Yeah. 7 of swords. Sorry, 7 of wands. 4 of wands. Okay, so let's have a look. We'll leave this under there and let's get a clarification for 7 of wands. 7 of wands. Okay, there's a reason I've kept all of that. And then let's get one for the middle pile. Okay, so exactly what I said with the 7 of Wands, we have death. We also have 9 of Wands, and then we have 5 of Cups. So basically your person is someone, so as I said earlier, they attract people that's very hostile, defensive, but there's someone that will kind of protect and their, what's the word, their word or what they believe in. So they won't compromise, or they won't change their mind or say, you know, oh no, I think this is a whole heap of, you know, crap, for example, I don't believe in this. No, there's someone that would actually stand by their word and say how they feel. Now, they're not scared to cut people off, end relationships, and so friendships, or end anything that doesn't serve them or that affects them. So there's someone that's kind of does have their guard up around people that don't have the best intentions, and if those people continue to cause them maybe anxiety, or you know, cause them to feel lost in some way, or feel like they're having to defend who they are as a person, they're not at all scared or worried to cut them off and end the friendship or relationship. Now, with the 4 Wands and the Knight of Cups, there's someone generally that is very concerned about preserving their relationship. Okay, so with you, your future spouse is going to make sure that they're always making sure that you're okay, the relationship's doing well. There's someone that does have a good reputation because of the way that they are. So it could be that the people that is around them, their close friends and their family, actually, you know, admire them as a person. And I feel like there's someone that does attract success as well. And there's someone that you will consider to be your soulmate. So if you believe in soulmates, or someone that you will really resonate with, someone that's really gonna be calling to you as a person, so you'll feel really at home with them, you'll feel safe mentally, physically. They're quite romantic, so you'll be pleased to know they do have kind of romantic, kind of traditional romantic streak to them. There's someone that might want to get married or settle down quite quickly early on in the relationship. They will make their feelings known and kind of how they want to progress and where they want to progress quite early on. Their feelings known, so not necessarily get married earlier on, but let you know that that is what their goal is and what they want to do. As I said, this person, if they're not successful now, they will be successful. They will attract quite a bit of success to them. They will be well known. So it could be like well known on social media, or just well known as a person. If they have their own business, or if it's worked, quite a well known, quite high up in their work, in their role. So yeah, that's what I see for you, pile number 2. I do hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. I will be posting weekly future spouse, future partner, long-term partner, Pickacard weekly going forward. My channel has not been active, I would say, for about a year, so I'm trying to get back on and back into the flow of things, so your support will be greatly appreciated. If you did like it, please let me know so I know I'm doing something right. If you didn't like it, please feel free to leave a comment again so I know to change things up. But you know, If you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. As I said, I will be doing weekly pick a card, future spouse, future long-term partner readings. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you soon. Hello, my lovely pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. So let's have a look what we can see regarding your future spouse and their personality traits. So I'm shuffling on camera, so we'll have a look at the oracle card first. Pile number 3. Pile number 3. Pile number 3 is future spouse personality trait. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so we have show the world the real you, step out of your comfort zone and look at the bigger picture. So I feel like with pile number 3, your person is someone that is learning how to literally be comfortable with being who they are. So when I say that, I mean being comfortable with like people, not people pleasing. So just being who they are, being their real authentic self. And I feel like previously they used to maybe be a bit of a people pleaser, so maybe not express themselves the way they want to, but now I think they've kind of grown into themselves and they've had a bit of experience and understand that it doesn't matter what other people think. Regardless, people are always going to have an opinion, always think, have some sort of thought about you. So they are literally stepping into their power now. So I feel like it's a little bit out of their comfort zone because it's new to them. So they have probably times when they could just revert back slightly into people pleasing, but then realizing kind of what they're doing and then stepping back and sort of getting their power back. So they are someone that looks at the bigger picture when they are actually having conversation with people or actually making decisions. So again, that's something new, and that isn't what they used to do before. So before they used to just feel like they didn't want to get into conflict, but they're not really a confrontational person. I don't get that of your future spouse anyway, but they are actually understanding that things could have like a bigger cause or bigger meaning. So looking at the bigger picture rather than the instant comfort of just pleasing someone just to avoid conflict. By doing that, you could have bigger repercussion, and it could in turn affect others deeply, just by that one decision. So I feel like they are learning and experiencing this kind of new them, so to speak, and they're stepping more into their authentic self. Definitely see that. Okay, let's get some more oracle cards and see if we can get any more information in terms of your future spouse's personality traits. very similar cards are coming out across all three piles. So this came out as well, so I'll take it. So we have envy, strategy, contract, and seventh chakra with Archangel Uriel. So with these, I feel like people are quite envious of your future spouse, which is why they felt a little bit before where they couldn't show their real authentic self. But the fact that they are stepping more into themselves and being their true authentic self unapologetically, it's causing quite a lot of envy. So they do have a lot of envious people around them. Now it could be for various reasons. It could be that, you know, maybe they're doing well. If they're, for example, say they're at uni and studying, it could be that they're doing particularly well, they're excelling, and they might have like something going on the side, or like a side job, and just being able to balance the two and just getting really great marks. Or it could be that they are, you know, at work, they are performing really well, they're able to do presentations, and they're able to, you know, build relationships with loads of different people. So it's not just one area, and these could be, like what I'm saying is giving you at the moment is loads of different examples. So it would be different for each and every one of you, but basically the main theme that I'm getting here is that they have a lot of envious people around them. They are envied because of who they are or what they do. Now, I also feel that your person is quite strategic in the way that they work. So they're not someone that is, you know, just kind of sloppy. They don't just wake up in the morning at whatever time and then just roll out of bed and then kind of plan their day, have a late breakfast, and then just kind of see what's happening. So the day doesn't rule them, they rule the day, so to speak. So they are quite logical, they strategize, they plan, and I feel like they could do something, so they could have a job that involves kind of justice, law, advisory work. I feel like there's someone that's very fair and someone that is wouldn't accept someone, if someone was being taken advantage of, or if they could see that someone was being taken for a ride, they would step in, they would actually help and support that person, or they would kind of jump in and stick up for them. So your person is very fair, balanced as well, in their emotions, and they're very connected. This I got with all three piles. So the seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel, came up for all three of you. So your future spouse is someone that is quite connected to their higher self. So they do listen to their intuition. They are someone that is yeah, they understand. I feel like there's a bigger picture. Okay, so we'll pull some tarot and just have a look if we get a little bit more information. So pile number 3 is future spouse, the personality trait. Two of Wands. We have the Lovers. We have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. And then let's get clarification for the Two of Wands and the Lovers. Okay, so with the Two of Wands, clarified by the Five of Cups, I do feel like your future spouse is someone that can get easily disappointed, and you know, I think they can be hard on themselves sometimes if something doesn't go right, or you know, if they've tried to help someone and it hasn't gone particularly well in terms of the outcome. So maybe they've offered someone advice or tried to help them, I don't know, let's say with an exam and like with revision and providing a sort of real support, but the person doesn't pass. So they can just kind of be really disappointed with themselves because they haven't really achieved that goal or that really made that impact on the person. But really, if you think about it, they actually have helped the person. Maybe the result is not what they wanted, but the person they're helping is much better, in a much better place than they were originally. So your person is someone, so your future spouse is someone that's not scared of looking into the future, making changes, making moves. So, you know, coming out their comfort zone, so going from the known to the unknown, you know, moving forward. So there's someone that's not stagnant, stuck in the same kind of patterns or energy. So yeah, they like to keep things moving. With the Lovers and the Two of Pentacles, I do feel like your person does try and make the right choices. So whenever they're presented with two scenarios, they would always pick this or make the choice that is best for them or the person involved. So they're not there for like self gratification or to gain something at the expense of others. That's really not them. They don't find it hard to balance their time, in the sense that sometimes people need to balance, or they need to, you know, they have like they can get confused with making choices. So they are presented choices, but I do feel like they do make the right choices. So normally with the Two of Pentacles is when you have to have choices, you need to balance. But I'm reading this a bit differently in terms of reverse, is that they don't have any issues with that. And because with the Lovers being upright, I do feel like they are able to make right choices. So they do have a balanced life. So that's not an issue for them, the need to balance things. Or they're also not someone that will kind of balance two relationships. So I don't get that they would be someone that would entertain another person in the relationship. And I do feel like when they do make choices, they actually analyze the outcome. So they'll look at the outcome, they'll look at what is the right choices. What would be the right choice? What would be the outcome if I go with this decision, and what would be the outcome if I go with that decision? So finally, we got the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. I feel like this person can go from the Queen of Cups to the Queen of Wands. So I feel like they're more in their feminine energy. So when I say feminine energy, is that they're very in touch with their emotions. They're very nurturing. There's someone that you know, would be like a great parent, for example. and then when they need to, they would switch it off, switch it up, and they would turn into more of their sort of inspiration, their fire side. So it could be that this person is on the cusp in terms of astrology. So it could be that they have some strong placements, both water and some placement being in fire. So I can't speak too much on that because obviously I don't have enough knowledge around it, but I do feel like from this reading there is two elements in there must be two elements in terms of their chart or their personality. So there is kind of, they are very balanced with their emotion, but also it's not just the emotional side. They are quite fiery when they need to be. They will get things done. They are could be an entrepreneur as well. They're quite creative, so they do have a creative side. I do feel like your person is seen as someone that's quite attractive by other people. They could potentially have a pet for some of you. You know, if you are a cat lover or a dog lover or pet lover, I do feel like your person is someone that would want to adopt a pet. I feel like your person can connect with different people as well, because they have that emotional side or that empathetic side, but also you know, they do have more of a creative thinking. They can connect with people on different levels. I think that there's someone that makes sure that they are clear on information before they give anything out. They do kind of a lot of research. There's a lot of clarity with your future spouse. There's someone that won't leave you confused. They're not going to say like one thing and do another thing. They do what they say. So if they've promised you that they're going to try and plan for a holiday, for example, then they will do that. You know, they won't say it and then you never hear anything about it. They might contact you, talk about the holiday, ask for your opinions and things like that. So I feel like this person, as I said, is very logical. They are someone that is needs a lot of clarity. Not only are they clarity, they expect that back from other people. So they expect people to actually mean what they say or be clear in their intentions and the way that they communicate. If they're not, then I do feel like it does bring disappointment to your person. I don't see them cutting people out, but I do see them, like the other piles, but I do see that they may get thrown off a little bit and they will get disappointed, but that's only because they are in touch with their kind of emotions and they need time to process the disappointment before then moving on and kind of making the relevant decision that they need to in order to progress. So yeah, I feel like again in your relationship there will be someone that will be fair, and you will get two sides to them. Okay, so I don't know, for some of you there could potentially be a Gemini, just throwing it out there, but it doesn't have to be for every single one of you. It's just something that's kind of come through. But yeah, there is obviously loads of potentials in terms of astrological signs. So don't take that as it must be. But I do feel like there is a lot of emotion and creativity with your person. It could be that they have a job in that's kind of focused on, you know, the corporate world, but then they have something else on the side which is a bit more creative, for some of you, or them trying to launch sort of a creative project. Okay, so that's what I see for you, my pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading regarding the personality of your future spouse. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. I will be doing weekly readings, so weekly future spouse reading. I have not been posting for a very long time, but I hope to be back, so this should be the first sort of consistent uploading weekly. I will try in the future to do kind of readings, career and love reading for kind of all signs, so like fire, water, air and earth signs, but for now weekly it will be pick a card for future spouse, but it will always continue to be weekly pick a cards anyway. I do hope you enjoyed this reading, wherever you are. I hope that you have a lovely day, and hope to see you soon.